What is up? This is Release Rotation. I am your host, John W. Snyder. Saturday, May 30th. You probably haven't heard from me in a while. Why is that? I don't know. I don't have a good reason. I don't have a good excuse. I feel like I never do when I don't do these. So what I am doing is I'm challenging myself now to it's a 10-day challenge to do 10 podcasts in 10 days. So one a day, all under 10 minutes on different topics. This was something initiated by a guy named Travis Brown. He has a company called Pod Decks. So I bought some of his pod decks, and they're pretty cool. I've got 2 interview decks, and then I've got a episode deck. So it kind of gives you ideas and helps, figure out things you want to talk about, topics or whatever it might be. And so I wanted to get back into this. I think part of the reason I've been not doing it is because there's no sports to talk about. Typically, I talk about the Thunder or Oklahoma State athletics. Right now, it'd be the end of baseball season. Golf, all that fun stuff would be wrapping up for college. And then, right now we'd be in the middle of basketball playoffs. Or towards the end, maybe even, I guess. And so I love doing this. I just haven't been disciplined or taken the time to actually do this. And so here I am. Again, some of you know me, some of you may not, but I am from Oklahoma originally. I now live in Orange County, California, where I've been for the last 16 years now, just about. Not 15 years, I guess. So I did go to Oklahoma State. I have a degree from there in journalism with broadcasting emphasis. I crammed 4 years of college into 5.5. So they were some of the best, college is an amazing time, best days of my life. But just such a different season. Every season in life is so different. And so, the season I'm in now is amazing, and having 2 kids and now being married for over 13 years. It's just crazy. I turned 40 this year. So that's really hard to believe. So I know my parents, if they listen to this, they're probably thinking, how do I have a 40-year-old? And not to mention my brother turns 52 this summer. So yeah, that's right. I've got an older brother who turns 52. So my parents are like trying to figure out how they have a 40-year-old and a 52-year-old, I'm sure. But hey, that's how age works. It goes up. It doesn't stop. So nothing new there. So yeah, usually I do these and I go 20, 25 minutes, talk about sports, then I wrap it up with some kind of life thing that's happening or going on. Struggle I'm dealing with my podcast or whatever it might be. But I did take some time off from podcasting, but now I'm going to do this 10-day challenge. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be always geared around sports. I'm sure I might sprinkle in a little bit of sports because, let's be honest, it's really hard to stay away from. But, the NBA is going to try to do their thing. They're going to try to get started, and it sounds like they're looking at Disney World, which sounds incredible. They're going to keep them in that bubble there and play out the season. If they play a few games, regular season, and then the playoffs there. So that'll be interesting. I've heard July 31st is a estimated start date, and that's the last one I heard. That was either last night or this morning. I heard that day. And so, hey, I don't care. Sports without fans, that's fine, because there won't be any fans. I don't care at this point. At first, I thought it'd be weird, like, no, you got to have fans. But now it's like, I just want sports. There's been a little bit of golf. There's been some NASCAR, probably some horse racing. I don't know if there's been any other sports. I haven't paid much attention. Let's be honest, though. Who needs sports, though? And if you're a basketball fan or you grew up in the 90s, The Last Dance, that was enough to get me through at least, a month, I guess, right? 2 episodes a week for 5 weeks. But man, The Last Dance, story about the Bulls in the 90s, doing a three-peat twice. What an incredible documentary. I'm going to sit down and watch it again. I might just do an episode a night because it was rough having to wait a week to watch 2 more episodes. So I'm going to sit down and watch that again while we're still in this limbo of no sports. It sounds like baseball is going to try to come back at some point. Hockey, it sounds like they're going to just go straight to the playoffs if they come back. But, man, what a wild, wild year it's been. 2020 has felt like a decade, and we're only in the 5th month going into the 6th month. Holy cow. Like my birthday, I turned 40 almost 2 months ago, and it feels like forever ago. And man, I know I'm not the only one, but having your birthday in the middle of a pandemic, especially when you it's a big milestone, that's not fun. It's depressing, turning 40 and don't get to see any of your friends or anything. But I did some FaceTime stuff with family and my good friends, so that was fun. And I mean, my wife and kids threw me a heck of a party here at our house, so I can't complain too much because I was with them. So, it's just weird, but that's where we're at. So this is the first episode of 10. I'm using those pod decks I was talking about to do this. And the first one is just reintroduce yourself to your audience. And I kind of did that. I love sports. Grew up in Oklahoma, just outside of Oklahoma City in Edmond, Oklahoma, home of Shannon Miller, former gymnast, U.S. gymnast. Some of you who are old enough to remember Shannon Miller. She's from my hometown. Blake Griffin and Taylor Griffin, his older brother, but most of you probably know Blake Griffin more just because he's been an NBA All-Star, won a dunk contest, does some stand-up. He's obviously a lot younger than me, but those guys went to my high school in Edmond, Oklahoma. So there's some trivia for you. I wish I could say I went to high school with Blake Griffin, but we just went to the same high school. It was a small private high school. I graduated with 47 kids or something like that. I don't really know how many. I mean, I think now those graduating classes are probably like 60 or 70, which still isn't much. But trying to think if there's anything else about me you need to know. Love sports. I wanted to be a sports broadcaster, sports reporter, journalist, whatever you want to call it, growing up. Probably since like 5th or 6th grade, I would do play-by-play, just made up play-by-play for hockey and basketball in 6th, 7th grade. And then I wanted to do something in sports reporting. That's why I got my degree in journalism and broadcasting. So I got to do a lot of cool stuff at Oklahoma State. When I was at Oklahoma State, we were horrible in football. Horrible. I think 1 or 2 of the years I was there, I think we won 3 games, maybe 4 games. Went to a bowl game my last year. But basketball was amazing while I was there. Elite Eights, Sweet 16s, Final Four, you name it. Got to enjoy all of that. Would have been awesome to win a championship, but it was fun going to those games, and being that I was there when Eddie Sutton was there was pretty fantastic. And now, he passed away last week. I guess it's been a week. It's hard to believe. But what a great, great coach for Oklahoma State and alum. And I think he kind of turned that whole sports program around anyways. I think that definitely helped. But that's a little about me. So I'm building a website right now for my podcast. So hopefully that's up and running after these 10 days. That's another goal I have. So I'll have a website to go with this podcast with the Release Rotation, where I'll have some stuff on there, but mainly just the episodes, and then maybe I like to write some also, so I'll do some writing on there, some little blog posts, and that's going to be releaserotation.com once that's all said and done. But here we are. This is episode 1 of 10. So I'm going to get this thing edited. I'm at 10 minutes. I'm going to call it. You guys have been great. That was a dumb joke. But no, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. If you still listen, awesome. If you're new, thanks. But you know what? We'll be back. We will talk tomorrow. I'll have a new topic I'm going to talk about. So I can't wait.